Alright, hey guys, it's me again, and today I want to talk about the Karyst Prime as well as Daggers as a whole. But as it stands right now, Daggers are a little whack. They don't make any sense, and the more and more testing I did for this video, the more and more I got confused. Anyways, first let's talk about the Karyst Prime. The Karyst Prime as an actual melee weapon that you can use is pretty solid, as the biggest complaint everyone had with Daggers was their pitiful range, often averaging around 1.7 meters. That's base, of course. So if I go to Daggers here, we got ceramic daggers, 1.8. We have 1.7 for the sheave, 1.75 for the Rakta Dark Dagger, and the Heat Dagger. And if we look for Zaw Daggers, 1.7. So they had absolutely pitiful range. Karyst Prime, on the other hand, has a range of 2.2 meters, which is very slightly below average, but so if we compare it to a sword or really anything else, the average range is 2.5 meters. So 2.2 is not that far off. And with Prime Reach, we have 5.2 meters of range. So that's really, really good. Now this is the build I'm running for just, light attacks and whatnot. So I've tested a pure corrosive, a corrosive heat, and a Viron heat build, and the corrosive heat build came out on top, so that's why I'm using that. I know you guys would probably consider Berserker here, but the difference between Prime Fury and Berserker seems very, very negligible on this weapon. In fact, I don't even notice the difference, to be honest. So I'd rather not have to wait for that whole wind-up time that Berserker has. So that's why I'm running Prime Fury there. So against 20 Corrupted Heavy Gunners at level 165, I'm using 20 because I know you guys like to see with melee weapons how they perform at 12 times combo. So that's why I'm doing 20 instead of the usual 8. Because this weapon can definitely kill these guys before it reaches 12 times. Or rather kill 8 before it reaches 12 times. But now we're at 12 times. We're doing quite a lot of damage, but as you can see, not that fast for a dagger. But you can see the range is awesome. Why only hit a single target when you could hit a single hallway, you know? For Corpus, what you can do is, since this has base toxin damage on it, what we can do is stack as much toxin damage as we possibly can get here, and then in this slot we can add Weeping Wounds. So against 20 level 170 Corpus techs here, we do quite a lot of damage. I think we one-hit Shield Ospreys. Oh, let's see if he can get... Oh, nope. He doesn't even survive to get his Shield Osprey out. Oh, there we go. Yeah, Shield Ospreys dies in one hit. I killed all of them before I hit 12 times combo. Now, since it is a dagger, we also have access to Covert Lethality. Now, Covert Lethality is no longer a guaranteed insta-kill anymore, but the stats it does have now contribute greatly towards a heavy attack build as well as a finisher build. And with a finisher build, it actually does pretty solid. This is the build I'm running. If you actually put like a primed smite or a regular smite here, it actually outperforms finishing touch here. But I doubt that you guys are going to be switching up your smites that often. So for the most part, finishing touch is really nice for a well-rounded sort of all-rounder, all-factions build for finishers. And if we swap out our target to a level 170 Exo Officer and hit him with dizzying rounds, it kills him instantly, and we're doing about how much damage per hit? About 120,000 damage per hit. So that got me thinking that maybe daggers could actually compete with hammers with Covert Lethality on them. And if I compare that to an actual hammer, so my hammer of choice is the Architectron, and I load it up with total damage, as well as a smite because we don't have access to Covert Lethality. Right, and we fight that same enemy, that officer. No, not even close. We're doing 814,000 damage per hit. So that 120,000 damage that the daggers do doesn't even come close to this. Now, you could say that, both of the weapons did kill the officer, so what do you really need the extra damage for? And the game mode you really need the extra damage for is Disruption, because the easiest way to take down a Demolist is to hit him with dizzying rounds and then follow up with a finisher. So I wasn't exactly satisfied and wanted to see how far this would scale, so I decided to take this into the Steel Path Void Tier 4 Sabotage. And I went into the Sabotage because heavy units can spawn right away, and as you guys can see, this build does just fine. In fact, this build would get you through Steel Path. So that sounds pretty good, except here's the thing. If we take the regular Skana, put less mods on it, right? I have Prime Pressure Point and Bright Purity for damage. I have Prime Smite. I have Corrosive Damage, and I have Finishing Touch, and that's all I have on this weapon. We're going to go to the same officer at level 120. And that also kills the officer in one hit. So, just to show you that it's not a fluke, I'm going to do it again. It does 150,000 damage per hit. That's more than our dagger. Now sure, the dagger hits twice in its finisher, where the sword only hits once from front and back with the same multipliers. But that's still more damage. As for shits and giggles, I took this exact same Skana build into that exact same Steel Path Void mission. Now, if this isn't proof that Bombards are just 2 elite Lancers and a trench coat, I don't know what else is. Oh, thank God. I was going to be a bit worried there if the regular Skana with less mods could kill that same heavy gunner in a single hit. So while Covert Lethality definitely makes finishers for daggers better, it doesn't fix daggers for the most part. For finishers at least. So let's try a heavy attack build. Because with this, you can basically stack this with Corrupt Charge, and now instead of getting a 2x multiplier by default, we have a 3x multiplier. But for the most part, it's just a standard run-of-the-mill heavy attack build. Now, sure, I don't have over 100% crit chance here, but since crit chance mods are twice as effective on heavy attacks, my crit chance is fine. With that said, though, I don't know if it's just you guys lately, but heavy attacks recently have just been inconsistent. So let me just show you. Against 20 Gokstad officers at level 170, take our heavy attack. So we got 38k, 34k, 42k, 42k again, 42k again. This guy didn't even get hit. 116k, like 85k. What is happening? Like, you see how inconsistent this is? Now, this is not exclusive to daggers like I originally thought it was. I thought maybe there's something wrong with the crit chance or something like that. Maybe that's affecting it, because I've seen this hit as low as 3k and as high as like 110,000. But as you can see with say Reaper Prime, which is a scythe, does much more damage with a similar build. The only thing is we don't have access to Covert Lethality, so we don't have a 3x combo, but we do have an extra crit chance mod, or crit damage mod, excuse me. Go to those Gokstad officers again. Alright, I'm gonna pull this out. That's 59k? That's 35k. This guy got with 23k somehow. On a single swing. 79k, 23k. Like, what has happened to 219k? Like, you see this, right? I don't think I hit a headshot there. 109k. You see how inconsistent this is? And that also doesn't help the fact that daggers, I think they should have a guaranteed slash on both of their hits, but you only get guaranteed slash on the first hit. I'm not sure why this is, but if we take a look again, so I'm going to spawn these guys in again. Right, I'm going to pull up my melee weapon. We got one slash proc there, one slash proc there, and one slash proc there. So overall, it's good for light attacks and literally nothing else, for the most part. It does okay finishers, and it does okay heavy attacks, but if you really want to use a dagger because you like the dagger stances, you're going to really use this for, you know, it's light attacks. And that's what I think you should use this thing for. But anyway, guys, that's all for me. I want to thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.